Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I can't do good morning. It's not new. It's not morning. That feels ridiculous. I get caught in my own flow. Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm the Gray Strega, and I'm here to give you your daily collective read for today, Thursday, April 27th, 2023. What do we have coming through in the cards for today? Let's get started with the first 5 cards of our 5-card spread. First card we're coming out with today is actually 2 cards. And we are seeing here 10 of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with the 8 of Cups. This is feeling like a lot of retrograde energy. Let's talk about it. So this could be feeling some feelings today of chaos around your immediate social circle, around your immediate area of influence. Maybe feeling like things are a little backwards today, or trying to manage some things that are feeling a little backwards. And it is creating a point of frustration because at the same time, so as you're trying to navigate some of these issues or circumstances that probably are coming up, it's the retrograde, as we've said. There's also this feeling of making some choices right now and walking away from some things, really having a point of analysis on some things that you may have been delayed on or waiting to make a choice on. This is actually what we're potentially seeing here is something about the delay that you've been experiencing, something about holding space for something is maybe now hitting a point where it's creating a certain degree of chaos in your life as a result of waiting. And this is what's also kind of giving you this encouragement right now to move forward in the directions that you feel are going to allow for ease, for less chaos, for less confusion. It's feeling a little bittersweet because I do see here that you may have preferred to have some kind of different resolution around these circumstances or situations, but you're also kind of just accepting right now that the choices need to be made to allow for some of this steadiness, allow for some of this calm to come in. Continuing to get cards for today, our third card for today, but the second placement in our 5-card spread is our Queen of Cups in its reversal. This will feel a bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Thank you so much for the gift, bearing in mind that that is not based on gender, but what it feels most aligned to. For feminine energy right now, something about this choice you have to make, something about some of this chaos, having to make some choices to bring a bit more ease, stability, less confusion in your life. It's leaving you to a space of feeling a bit of emotional overwhelm. We've been seeing this. There has been a lack of confidence coming through. For feminine, this is really expressing is a feeling of either over emotionality right now. So feeling like you can't contain your emotions, maybe even being more inclined to having some emotional outbursts today, or it could be feeling very disassociative as in terms of not being able to, you can connect to your feelings or not being able to express them. While for masculine energy right now, what we're really seeing is this is a moment that you are potentially feeling some degree of chaos in your own life, having to make some choices to walk away from some circumstances and situations that have been adding to that chaos, impeding your ability to have that kind of degree of stability that you're wanting, but also with a lot of attention right now towards a manifestation of feminine who you feel that you are in some kind of disrupted or broken emotional connection from. This could be feeling like this feminine is one that you are not able to build on like a stable emotional connection with right now, or maybe even feeling like this energy is pulled away from you as it relates to their own emotionality, which could also be adding to some of the confusion and chaos that you are currently experiencing. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, the next card we are pulling in our 5-card spread, we have here the 7 of Cups in its reversal. So this is very important. We like seeing this card in its reversal because even for feminine right now, while you are having this moment of feeling some overwhelm energy today, while you are having some issues around potentially regulating or balancing out your own emotions or controlling your own emotions right now, especially around some things that are creating some sense of overriding chaos in your life, one of the reasons you're able to walk away or move forward from this point right now is you are being very focused on what it is that you truly desire right now. You are operating from an inward seeking perspective, which is allowing you not to have to go through a point of disillusionment or confusion. You're keeping your focus very steady on what it is that you're truly seeking right now. And I believe what we're really seeing for feminine right now is it's making you feel like a bit emotional, because I think you're recognizing that in order to move in the direction of the things that you desire right now, you need to let go of some things that have been causing some disruption or confusion in your day-to-day life. While for masculine right now, we are seeing that there is a moment right now that you are feeling. You are very much driven right now in terms of what it is that you are truly after, what it is that you are truly seeking. While at the same time, feeling that there is something around a feminine energy who you typically or ideally usually have a very tight emotional connection with, feeling or recognizing some disruption in this, something about the disconnectedness of this energy from you right now is actually helping you build a better clarity in terms of what it is that you're seeking, either potentially around how to get this energy back into a positive state, or moving away from some situations or circumstances that have been causing chaos, not only potentially to yourself right now, but to potentially some of the feminine energy in your life right now that you may be feeling some of this pullback from. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, the next card we are seeing in our 5-card spread, Two of Pentacles. So there are options to consider right now. There are choices that need to be made. For feminine, this could be feeling some of that overwhelm we're seeing, because while the feminine does very much right now keep has their focus on what it is that they're seeking, there is something right now about feeling that sense of overwhelm, feeling like you have to juggle multiple priorities right now that are becoming a bit too overwhelming, clearly for the feminine, making you very emotional as a result. But having this point of acceptance that you might not be able to continue to balance these priorities in this way for the long, indefinitely. There's something here about a short-term choice to do this, but recognizing that it may be putting you in a less than positive emotional place. Well, for masculine right now, this is a moment where you may be feeling like you are balancing multiple priorities. And even as you're balancing multiple priorities, you are starting to build a deeper understanding of what it is that you're truly after. And at the same time, having to deal with a feminine energy right now that is not necessarily in the best emotional space, that is making it a little bit difficult for you right now, which could also be maybe have something to do with the multiple priorities that you're trying to balance that are being that this energy is being affected by, or is complaining about or concerned about your own priorities. We're definitely seeing that potentially acting there as well. Final card for today's 5-card spread is walking away. Everybody's walking away from stuff today with a feeling of sadness. We've got here this 6 of Swords, which is again just this observation. Priorities are being balanced. There's states of overwhelm, but everyone is getting a better sense of what it is that they truly want as they go forward. And this is what is allowing for some of this release. For most of the energy, we're seeing that this is a release. This is walking away from anything that is creating this moment of chaos or confusion. For masculine energy, this could even be trying to work through, trying to move away from something in order to get the feminine energy back into a better emotional space with the as it relates to your own priorities. While for feminine right now, we are seeing that this is a moment where you may be asking yourself what you need to change or move away from that's in your daily life that is not necessarily allowing you to line up with your highest path, or is making you feel overwhelmed or conflicted or confused. Let's get some clarification on these cards, shall we? Clarification between our 10 of Pentacles in its reversal in combination with our 8 of Cups energy. So again, acknowledging and seeing some things in your life right now that are creating a sense of confusion, and feeling some bittersweet energy as you kind of come to a point of acceptance that you need to move away from those things that are causing this conflict, in combination with the Queen of Cups in its reversal. For feminine right now, this is feeling that there is something about whatever you're walking away from that has been causing this emotional dysregulation for yourself. This could be acknowledging that you need to make some changes in your own life right now in order to get into a space where you feel like you'll be able to keep that emotional balance. While for masculine right now, this is recognizing that there's something that you need to walk away from that is not only potentially creating a lot of confusion right now in your own day-to-day life, but is also kind of creating this point of breakage right now, or disconnection from a manifestation of feminine that is in an emotional state of overwhelm. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with the 5 of Swords and 5 of Wands in its reversal. which is a path of peace. Path of peace, path of peace, path of peace. This is what's coming through. This is simply for feminine right now. This is acknowledging that something in your life creates more harm than good, creates more conflict than ease, puts you in a place of emotional overwhelm. And so you are actually making this choice simply for your own peace of mind at this moment. While for masculine, this is potentially feeling some huge disruption that you're currently experiencing, not only in the world around you right now in your circle of influence, but maybe even being triggered or instigated or having some energy around a specific manifestation of feminine who is in a point of emotional overwhelm. And feeling right now, you have to make these changes. You have to walk away from something right now in a way in order to keep the peace, either to create that peace in like your social circle right now or your sphere of influence, or specifically around just to get in a space of peace again with a manifestation of feminine that you feel that you are in some sort of emotional conflict with. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, clarification between our Queen of Cups in its reversal and our Seven of Cups in its reversal. For feminine, having this moment, feeling this could feel like a little bit of a hairy day, feminine energy, because while we see here that you are in a state of emotional overwhelm, we feel there is progress coming out of it. There's an understanding. It's helping you build a deeper understanding of what it is that you're truly going after right now and what you need to move away from, and not letting yourself be disillusioned or lying to yourself in the process. While for masculine right now, this is coming into feeling that you are in some emotional disconnection with the manifestation of feminine, but in this space, in the time you're experiencing this, getting a better sense of what it is that you truly want, even in the midst of it. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with the Somebody said in the comments it's hairy energy today. Well, this would be why. We've got some of this devil energy popping up. So again, I need to point out there could be some like heavy lifestyle changes right now that are being like paid attention to, especially for feminine right now, because as we see here for feminine, there's a lot of looking at your own life right now, looking at the things that create a moment of emotional overwhelm for you, making some choices for yourself, not letting yourself operate from a point of illusion or disillusionment, but really coming into the space of really acknowledging some situations or circumstances in your life that you may not have as healthy a connection with. These could be bad modalities of thought. These could be unhealthy coping mechanisms. These could be unhealed karmic connections or toxic partnerships. A lot of this energy, a lot of facing the truth right now on some of these, experiencing the overwhelm that they're creating in you even as you do so. While for masculine right now, this could be having, again, a lot of observation right now in your own life and your own actions and what you might want to change or what you want to choose moving forward. Because we do see here that you yourself are also in a state right now where you are looking at what is around you and making some choices for yourself, asking yourself, operating though from a space of understanding internally what it is that you desire, while also experiencing some moment of disruption or conflict around some manifestation of feminine that you do not feel this emotional connection with. This may be resulting in a lot of conflict points or misalignment emotionally. And this is a moment that you are looking at the situations in your own life right now and coming to terms about what is positive, are the things that you want to keep in your life versus the energy that you feel are creating bad modalities of thought, unhealthy coping mechanisms, or even partnerships that you feel are not moving in a positive place but are potentially more connected to this unhealed energy. Having a moment potentially looking at a manifestation of feminine right now and truly asking yourself whether this is an energy that you want to connect with or whether this is an energy that you should be healing from. A lot of decisions coming through today. Hairy energy indeed. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Seven of Cups in its reversal in combination with the Two of Pentacles. So a moment right now, an opportunity that you're currently experiencing where you are becoming very focused on what it is that you are truly after, what your purpose is, what your spark is, what is the thing that you are going to move forward with. And that is allowing you to move forward in a space of not being illusioned or not being distracted, but also experiencing at the same time a state or frustration or feeling of overwhelm as you have to balance a lot of priorities right now. Feeling some of the frustration in terms of having to balance what it is that you truly want to do, what it is your purpose is, versus the obligations that you currently have to navigate and you can't necessarily just like drop. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming. Oh my God, I'm going home. I'm going home. I am home. What am I going to do? I can't go anywhere. Oh man, this energy, well, on the bright side, the energies are reflecting each other. So congratulations, toodaloo to that. But what they're reflecting is the real problem, because we've got both of the court cards in their reversal. That's it. We got the partners here. The Queen and the King of Cups in their reversal. So again, masculine and feminine energy, feeling the vibes today. Masculine is reflecting. Masculine is mirroring the feminine energy as it relates to the emotional dysregulation. So again, having this point right now for masculine, feeling the frustration of the weights and the choices that you're making, but at the same time having to balance multiple options even as you're becoming focused on what it is you truly want, is creating a state right now where you are feeling very overly emotional or feeling emotional dysregulation. This is either going to feel like, again, that you are in a place where you can't control your emotions, you're potentially having emotional outbursts, or you're feeling extremely disconnected. You're like completely disengaging from your emotions. So this is just great. Whereas for feminine, we are seeing, again, a moment right now where you are becoming very focused on what it is that you are truly seeking, feeling the frustration of the priorities that may be interfering in terms of what it is that you're truly wanting to go after, with a lot of concentration, maybe a lot of this encouraged right now, a lot of this like looking at your own choices due to the fact that you are feeling like you are at an emotional disconnection point with the masculine energy, which is either making you feel like that energy is having emotional outbursts with you or is completely disconnected from you. Maybe even feeling some frustrations around what this energy's priorities are, right? So this is what we're talking about with these guys. This is so much mirroring. It's crazy. It's mirroring. It's totally mirroring. Everybody's in an emotional overwhelm right now because everybody is looking at their options. Everyone's feeling the frustration of their options. Everyone is asking what they need to move away from. Everybody wants to move into place of peace, but they're feeling a lot of their feels, and it's hard to come out of this like nosedive emotionally. Let's keep getting clarification on these cards, though. We will persist. Clarification between our Two of Pentacles in combination with the Six of Swords. So having this feeling, having the moment right now where you're recognizing that you're balancing a lot of options, that you're being forced to be in a position right now where you need to balance a lot of options, but potentially recognizing that this is not something that you want to do in the long term, that this is not something that you enjoy doing. Just because you can do a thing doesn't necessarily mean you should do a thing or that you want to do a thing. And this is creating a moment right now that is allowing you the space to like move away from something, allowing yourself to carry some of the grief with it, recognizing that there is some movement away, even as you're being forced to balance these priorities right now. May I please get one card to clarify? Retrograde, Chariot in its reversal. What did I just say? Just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you need to do a thing or you should do a thing. And one of the things that you're acknowledging right now is the fact that the way that you're doing something right now, the priorities that you're balancing, they're not necessarily going to get you in the place that you want to go. We see here there's a lot of focus right now on what it is that you're truly seeking, what it is that you're truly after. And there's a point of recognizing right now that balancing these multiple priorities are keeping you so overwhelmed that they're preventing you from really moving with purpose and clarity and determination onto the path that you truly seek right now. Experiencing some of this anxiety potentially around the options that you have right now, because there is one of the reasons that we potentially see that you are balancing options right now is because you're trying to determine if one of those options is going to allow you for the ability or space to be able to move in the direction that you're truly seeking to move towards. But recognizing that there needs to be a choice made in some degree or capacity right now, because the balancing of these priorities is holding you back to a certain degree and moving forward in a consistent fashion with a singular priority or choice that is what you are truly seeking. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our Five of Wands in its reversal in combination with the Devil energy. Feeling a lot of attention right now, potentially feeling the pull towards them, potentially having to go through the experience of them today, of unhealthy coping mechanisms, bad modalities of thought, potentially unhealed or unhelpful karmic connections, and desiring to feel that moment of relief, to feel that moment of peace, even as because you're experiencing the energy in some way, shape, or form. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with transformation. Transformation with the Death card coming through here. There is a recognition right now that something needs to give, something needs to change, something needs to be removed. It's a painful process. It is a painful process. It creates a moment of pain. But this is simply the choice that you need to make, which is, again, whether you're going to kind of allow yourself to stay in connection to these unhealed things, or you're going to move into a space of peace. Whether you're going to go into like the place of the areas and the spaces of peace right now that are going to require these transformational changes away from potentially this energy. This is what's allowing for that transformation and that shift to occur. It's recognizing it in this facet. Transformation energy, it's never easy, feels very painful, feels like almost like, shedding of oneself. So this is some of that clarification on the heavy energy that we see that is creating so much of that over emotionality in both feminine and masculine energy today. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, the Devil card in combination with the King of Cups in its reversal. Having this moment, recognizing for masculine right now, this is having to have some recognition around some energy that you are viewing in this aspect. So unhealed connections, unhealthy coping mechanisms, bad modalities of thought, experiencing them today, acknowledging them, having a lot of over emotionality as you do so, or feeling somehow in a point of emotional dysregulation as you do so. While for feminine right now, this could be putting a lot of attention right now around some of the Devil and like anything coming through that, again, bad modalities of thought, unhealthy coping mechanisms, potentially even connections to energy around you right now, asking yourself if the connections to some masculine energy that is in a point of overwhelm is something that can be healed, or if it's in connection to this energy. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with completion. 10 of Wands. This is a moment of walking away from those situations or circumstances that are this is big. This is huge transformation energy we're seeing here. We're seeing that with the Death card in combination with the 10 of Wands. There's something acknowledged here that is requiring for the masculine. What we're really seeing is there's something that you need, that you're paying attention to, that is going to require a lot of work. It's giving you some kind of, you've gotten some clarity or perspective on something that you're connected to right now, or something in your own life that has this kind of hold on you, and you're recognizing that it's going to take a lot of work to move away from it, or to do the work to kind of heal yourself emotionally from where you find yourself at this moment. While for feminine, we are seeing that you are doing a lot of work right now for yourself as well, potentially to move away from anything that you find that is also in this energy, also kind of holding you back, also kind of keeping you like in this lower vibration, and potentially even moving away from those energies, those masculine energies that are not in emotional connection with you right now, but you may feel connected to this energy with, that you're also trying to put in a lot of work to continue to move away from. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now, clarification between our King of Cups in its reversal in combination with the Chariot in its reversal. A moment right now that, again, feels a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind that that's not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For masculine energy right now, feeling some of this emotional overwhelm. I mean, the feminine's feeling it too, but the masculine energy right now is feeling this emotional overwhelm specifically due to the fact that you are putting a lot of attention right now on the energies around you, on really asking yourself if the energies around you, the energies that you are collaborating with, the people that you're collaborating with, the social circle you're collaborating with, the ways that you're doing things right now, whether they are going to be able to align with you in terms of what you are trying to do, what your ultimate goals and paths are moving forward. Feeling or experiencing some anxiety that this is not the case right now. Feeling some of this very retrograde-ish blockage as it relates to being able to move with determination where you want to go, and experiencing a lot of emotional overwhelm as you acknowledge that factor right now. While for feminine right now, this is feeling like there is a connection or you have towards a manifestation of masculine that you do not feel is coming forward in a degree that is allowing you to emotionally connect with them, that is allowing you to like see that they have that ability or degree of creating that sense of emotional support within them. And having to experience some of the frustration or anxiety of the fact that you're asking yourself whether this energy is going to be able to move forward with you going forward, if your goals are aligned, if your plans are aligned, or is this energy creating a blockage point for you right now in terms of being able to move forward on your path? May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now, Eve, with the imbalance. Recognizing the imbalance. For masculine right now, this is putting a lot of attention right now on something that is not feeling balanced, is not feeling equal, is not something that you can move forward from. Masculine is experiencing this imbalance to such a degree that not only are they experiencing some kind of feeling of imbalance around or within them right now, but they're also feeling the frustration of not knowing how to move out of it. There's some anxiety that this is going to feel like very heavy energy for masculine right now, because this is not only feeling and recognizing imbalance, but feeling some anxieties on how to get out of the imbalance that you're feeling. And that's also leading you into this space of feeling some of this emotional overwhelm in this moment. Feeling the desire, potentially feeling very isolated in this moment too, because we're also seeing here that there may be a feeling of like not having the energies around you right now to assist you as you move forward in this way to try to create this sense of balance for yourself. While for feminine energy right now, this is a moment of observation potentially around a manifestation of masculine in your own life right now that you feel is not allowing you this point of emotional connection, that hasn't been coming towards you with this from this emotional center. Feeling either like this is an over emotionality that's being put on you right now, or pulling back, complete disconnection of that energy from you. Acknowledging that you are also stuck, that you're stuck with this like this energy feels like it's blocked in you because you can't create a point of balance with it and you can't move forward with it. But still it is there. Still there's a lot of presence around you in terms of having to deal with this energy, but feeling like that energy is like literally like energetically trapped within or around you right now to some capacity or degree. And feeling the frustration of not being able to figure out how to move forward with it, just experiencing the imbalance it's creating within you to have to kind of deal with the energy. So retrograde. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now. Clarification between our Death card in combination with the 10 of Wands. Heavy energy here. Cycles coming to a close. Things changing. Feeling the hairiness of those changes. Experiencing that transformation. Even as you do the hard work of allowing some cycles to close, pushing through, moving forward, feeling the weight of needing to allow these cycles to come to a point of conclusion, even as you're actively engaged in them. May I please have one card to clarify? Clarification coming right now with Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. So this is the resolution point that's helping even as you're going through the closing of these cycles and the transformation process, which is for masculine and feminine. There's new opportunities that are coming towards you right now. They're small opportunities, but they're opportunities nonetheless. And we see here that for both masculine and feminine, while there is a degree of pain that you're experiencing around these things that you're moving away from, that you're really doing everything you can right now to tangibly put in the effort to move away from these spaces. We see here that this is kind of like, this is the silver lining. This is that like light that's guiding you forward, because there is some kind of reward at the end of this cycle. There is something that you can see on the horizon that you're moving towards right now with determination. It's small, right? It's in the horizon. It's something that, but you're putting a lot of your hope and a lot of your attention right now on this, even as you power through. It's giving you that motivation to push forward. Continuing to get clarification on these cards right now between our 10 of Wands in combination with the Justice card in its reversal. So feeling right now this degree and capacity of having to really push forward on this, allowing some cycles to close, moving away from some circumstances and situations that you've just recognized are creating a tremendous amount of imbalance for you. And maybe even doubling down on your efforts to move away from those spaces of imbalance, because something is coming forward today that's really helping you recognize just how imbalanced they are and just how much you're doing a lot of this work on your own right now. So there's a lot of overexertion and exhaustion that we're seeing here in these cards. May I please get one card to clarify? Clarification coming with the Three of Wands. So you are pushing forward right now. You are doing this work. You are trying to get into a space of balance because you recognize that you need to have a plan going forward, that you're in a space of planning. You're putting the effort and energy in right now, not necessarily because you're feeling comfortable in your immediate moment. You're putting that time and energy and effort in right now because, like I said, you see some offer or opportunity in the horizon that you truly want to go after. This is what your motivating factor is right now. And you're allowing yourself to push through a moment that's feeling very disruptive, feeling very imbalanced, with your eye on the plans that you're making, on where you're hoping to go, potentially like in the window of the next few months. This is how I'm seeing here a lot of questions about how to push through this. This planning, this creating a plan for yourself right now, this is how both masculine and feminine energy are going to be pushing forward from this point. Giving yourself that presence in terms of what you are walking towards right now, what you are moving towards, that's going to help you articulate on that goal as you push through. Final card for today's spread between our Page of Pentacles in combination with the Three of Wands. So even with all of this overwhelm we're seeing, even with having to face some of these difficulties today, feeling the weight of the emotional exhaustion, the emotional overwhelm, feeling some frustration or disconnection between the masculine and feminine energy, having to do a lot of work right now on acknowledging and working through some of that unhealed karmic energy, but also putting a lot of attention right now on the future planning, on where you are hoping to go with some immediate, tangible opportunities that are kind of before you at this moment, that are helping you move towards those calmer, easier, more peaceful situations and scenarios. May I please have one card to clarify? Queen of Swords. We can't lose this card. She refuses to stay in the deck. It's going to feel a little different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy, bearing in mind this is not based on gender, but what you feel most aligned to. For feminine right now, this is a moment. Again, you've got new opportunities around you right now. You're keeping your eye on the future. And you realize that the most important thing on your path right now is creating and setting and maintaining healthy boundaries. that those healthy boundaries are all you need to do right now in order to kind of protect both the new opportunities that are coming towards you and the path that lies ahead of you right now. While for masculine right now, this is a moment where you are potentially putting a lot of concentration in the new tangible opportunities around you at this moment, looking at your path going forward with a lot of attention on a feminine energy that you feel is embodying this Queen of Wands energy. So an energy that isn't necessarily like completely accessible to you at this time, seems to have their boundaries up. Recognizing that there is some limitation towards coming towards this energy in a certain degree, or almost requires you to come forward towards it in some tangible fashion, is in a way what is giving you this encouragement to move forward in this way, to make these plans for the future. I will point out this could be, for some masculine energy right now, more than one manifestation of feminine that we're seeing here. So for some of the masculine energy, this is either a singular feminine energy who has their boundaries up around you right now, specifically because they're in a space of emotional overwhelm, or they're being very closed off emotionally towards you right now, or this is in experiencing some situation with a feminine that you feel like you're having this emotional disruption point with, and with a lot of care and degree of looking at the priorities and options between that energy and this other manifestation of feminine around you right now that, again, has boundaries up, but seems to be doing so in more of having these healthy boundaries up, being a bit more strategic, being a bit more recognizing that there's something about this energy that's coming forward and standing in its integrity with the boundaries that it's upholding. That is our daily collective read. Let's get some bottom of the deck information on it to keep in mind as we go forward today. Knight of Cups in its reversal. Going to feel a little bit different depending on whether you align to feminine or masculine energy. Guys, we've seen it right here. Masculine right now is in a point of emotional overwhelm. And as a result, we are seeing that there is a bit of a difficulty or a little bit of an inability right now in order to express some emotional offer. There's something that masculine you're feeling that is preventing you right now from coming forward and fully expressing your emotionality towards feminine energy. Maybe even more than one feminine energy right now. While for feminine right now, what we're really seeing is a lot of this energy that you're doing right now is very much focused on your own self and your own path, and laying those boundaries down, even as new opportunities come towards you in this moment. Specifically because a lot of orientation is still right now on a manifestation of masculine that you feel has not come forward with an emotional appeal or offer. So everybody's making decisions in spite of that. That is our daily collective read for the day. I want to thank you guys so much for being here and experiencing it with me. Just a reminder, if you would like to book a private reading with me, you can book one on my website, Strega.com. My private readings are done over video with the option of a recording sent to you afterwards. And if you are a subscriber to my TikTok, you can take 10% off any of my services when you pay. Just mention your subscriber ID at the point of payment. Please remember, if you're booking a private reading with me, it is a 2-step process. You have to book the reading and you have to pay for the reading. Please make sure you do both if you would like to have a reading. Also, please remember, I will never, ever reach out to you for a reading. I will never tell you that your ancestors told me to reach out to you. I will never DM you. I will never inbox you. The only way you can have a reading with me is if you go to my website and you book the reading. So book the reading. I want to thank you guys so much for having this reading with me today, and we will do this again tomorrow.